Hello everyone. Sorry, but I'd like to speak English because my Russian is not as good as I would like it to be. Um, I do understand Russian, so if you ask me questions, I will answer in a mix of English and Russian, I guess. And also the presentation is partly English, partly Russian. I'm Dutch myself, so let's have a good time here in Ukraine. How do I? Basically, I would like to quickly introduce the Russian internet, although I know there's so much expertise here in the room that you'll probably know more about it than I do. Then Ozon, what are we? What do we stand for? What have we done in the past? Then, because obviously everybody here is wondering what the famous crisis will do for e-commerce. Put some thoughts from a marketing perspective together, and yes, that's very connected to the theme of quality. And, okay, so that's the presentation you're going to expect, and hopefully we'll have some time for questions afterwards. All right. So basically 33 million people in Russia are online, and it's growing. It's nice to see that we're the fourth, or Russia is the fourth, as far as the quantity of internet users is concerned. And as you can see, a lot of people in Moscow use the internet, and the regions are coming out. So here you can see where we think things will be heading as far as the quantity of people that are online. So that's going to be 33.6 next year. I assume it can be higher, but this is the Russian government predicting. So let's see who's right. I can see bigger growth on our website, and 39.3 by 2010. So this is maybe interesting to see that of those 15 million people that actually bought something, there are now guesstimates that about 15% have bought, not 15% have bought, but 15% of the overall turnover in e-commerce in Russia is done via Ozon. Don't argue. Okay, so, привет. Quickly, something about Ozon. This is, by the way, a page that is not live. So this is the first time the world sees some ideas of what Ozon could be doing, but we're still in the marketing team discussing would we like a panda to be visual or not. So forget this slide and act surprised when maybe something happens. Oh, no camera. Okay, so, well, where did Ozon start? 10 years ago? Probably you. I mean, who in the audience knows Ozon.ru? Can you? So it's, okay, good. Well, we have a brand awareness in Russia of 86%. Wasn't that 6%? And let's hope that after this meeting will be the same in Ukraine. So, I only joined 3 months ago. So I started joining a bit here when Index Ventures joined the investment of Ozon. Index was one that purchased Skype and sold it to eBay, that bought MySQL and sold it to Sun, and that bought Last.fm. And when they said, Basti, you want to go to Russia? I thought, wow, that's a great opportunity to learn a bit more. Very interesting venture capital company. Что мы продаем? Well, these numbers change every week. And this is basically how many SKUs, how many items we sell. So some of these items we will have 20,000 in stock, others we will have only 5. So in total, we have 370,000 different products, and that's all stored in our warehouses, but I'll get to that later on. Which is, by the way, interesting, because normally when you have an e-commerce shop, you try to keep very low on stock, but we purchase the items, put them in our warehouse, and then hope that we sell them on the site. So that's where we are really close to a traditional shop, whereas normally with print on demand and things like that, you can be very low on your stock levels. Well, we've added some новые направления. Also the one that you don't see here is мебли. I start liking this. What может быть, я вообще перехожу на русский в этот момент. Ну, ладно. So what did we do last year? 66.1 million US dollars in turnover. We grow about 93% a year. We did 4 million items that were sold via the website in 2007. At the end of 2008, I'll be happy to give you some more numbers, but you can already more or less think about what to expect when you see the average growth. Okay, here it says 330,000, but we're now at 375,000. Okay, and yeah, this is our basically to the side of the game. Kind of. So here you can see, well, the same, because obviously we love the growth and show you that we're a really nice company, but here you can see roughly what we sell, because everybody thinks that Ozon sells books and DVDs and music, but we sell flowers, we sell furniture, we sell the tuhi that you saw, and basically it's here you can see the product breakdown. Okay, so this is obviously our team that does everything, and let's now get to some things on how this whole team and all these products and all this turnover will be affected by the crisis. Well, I tried to find more on some search engines, but I guess we'll have to define it ourselves, because who has been in a crisis like this before? So I always remember what Mr. Gucci said, which is quality is what stays after you've forgotten what you paid for it. Well, I guess we'll have to get used to a more realistic and grim future. So this is what happened. And this is what we thought that could be happening, or that we should do, but it doesn't work. You can't just put the donkey back on its feet. Sorry for my artistic attempts here. So, are we really going to face tough times? Well, to be frank, we haven't really noticed anything at Ozon. We've seen tiny decline in sales, but it could even be that people are just a little bit scared. Maybe it's the quietness before the storm. But I'm not sure how it's in your. I mean, I'm sure there's a few internet shops here in the audience. Yeah. What are you? Как у вас сейчас с продажей, с ростом? Он включен?
Года в год, в принципе, продажи растут, зависит еще, конечно, от рынка, но вообще где-то, лично в моем интернет-магазине, продажи выросли, парфюмерия, элит парфюм, продажи выросли, оборот вырос в 2 раза.
Сколько?
Ну, это за год.
Слышно там сзади? Или нужно все равно с микрофоном?
Год 2008. За последний месяц упал, естественно. Серьезно упал. Процентном выражении сейчас скажу. Процентов на 50-70%, что зависит от дня. Ну, я думаю, кто владеет интернет-магазинами, знает, что понедельник и пятница продажи выше, чем в обычные дни. По крайней мере, у нас так. И еще зависит от этого. Но вообще, в принципе, 50-70% за последнее время продажи упали из-за нестабильности с долларом. У нас экономика привязана к доллару, поэтому из-за этой нестабильности люди ждут, клиенты не знают, что делать, продажи у нас падают. Точнее, не падают, упали. Они не продолжают падать, они просто упали. Резко.
Это, в принципе, если проводить аналогию, в России на 6% валюта обесценилась и небольшой дедлайн спад, у нас оно на 30, по-моему, уже 3% типа просело. Это уже серьезно. Это уже не дедлайн, а это...
Серьезно звоночек, знаете, когда летом...
Так, у нас будет круглый стол, там мы сможем вопросы подробно.
Летом, когда, или даже весной, тикивка, знаете, такое прогнозировал, что доллар будет 7 гривен к Новому году. Стоило прислушаться.
И что бы ты сделал? Набрал с собой доллар, не торговал?
Я, когда не прислушался к этим словам, я не знал, что делать, честно. Мы планировали готовиться к Новому году, сейчас не знаем.
Okay, so it's a bit more serious here because we saw something like 2% less sales. And we did have the advantage of first calculating in dollars, but we also keep it tracked in rubles and well.
Вы просто, может быть, крупная компания, у вас есть резервы, чтобы падение как-то сдерживать.
Тоже,
резервы держаться.
Да.
У многих интернет-магазинов в Украине резервов таких нет.
Okay. Well, that's not funny. No, that's. Well, I wish you a lot of good luck in sales in the. I mean, Ukrainian women still like perfume, right? And men. So come on, support this. What was the domain name?
Меня зовут Антон Незнамов.
Yeah, what's the domain name?
Еще раз. Elite Perfume.
eliteparfum.ua. .com.ua. Okay. So this is what your company is obviously already doing, but I just thought let's check how we should split this cow into what would work in marketing and what not. And the thing is, obviously, the CPA deals. I mean, everybody here is an internet marketeer, I assume, right? Yeah. Okay. So basically, the cost per acquisition would be the nicest. The партнерские программы привлекать движение because you only pay for the commission. Cost per click, we are now thinking to really check our budgets to make sure that we only have the самый качественный traffic for движение. So we are not going to decide to spend less because already we are profitable on the traffic that we attract via the Yandex and Google, but well, all kinds of long tail experiments and Google APIs, maybe we'll have to think about what to switch on, maybe selective filtering. So, well, SEO, of course, is always free traffic, so let's definitely keep that part of the account. And then I'm almost getting to the topic that I really want to be discussing a bit more. Why don't we start utilizing more of what we already have instead of running around like a junkie, a junkie that wants to constantly pay external parties to get traffic. I mean, yes, we will need to get traffic, but the advantage of Ozone is that we already have a 10-year history of our clients. We sit on millions of email addresses and things like that. So I assume that even small companies, they will have a database, they will have a CRM strategy in place. Let's see how we can optimize that. That's what I wanted to discuss a bit later on in the presentation. So that's where the CRM comes in, and commercial creativity is anything that we now need to think about how to maybe not always use a hryvnia or a dollar or a ruble, but see if we can find partners here for your company, for instance, in the room that say, okay, you know what, if you give us your assortment on our site, we're happy to push it to our traffic because we're not making money on the traffic. Maybe that's a way to do some commercially creative deals. Partnerships. Okay, and the usability of a site. We've been calculating the quantity of ad hoc that we have on the site, and we noticed that if we would improve our user interface, it could deliver us up to more than 20 million gross profit extra. So that's definitely one of the new core strategies of Ozone. And what I mean with user interface is making sure that we, that in the whole process order flow, the оформление заказа, that we make it better. So you can expect that soon we'll launch a better shopping cart solution. I mean, in-house built. Okay, so, well, I always like this photo, so I thought I'd put it in. The fact is, we sit on a gold mine of data, and that's the beauty of internet shops, and I'm not telling you anything new here, but make sure that you use your data the wisest. So, who has a tracking system similar to Google Analytics, or Google Analytics in it, or Owox Analytics, I don't know what it is, in their shop, yeah? Are you measuring from an AdWords to the conversion at the end? Yes, so great. So I'm not sure who doesn't, but make sure that you know everything about your customers and start making sure that when you send out an email that you already know that every link in it is tracked and you see where on the site they land, and then make sure that you can track it back. So that you can say, okay, I want everybody that clicked on that particular CD on our website to receive a mail in 3 months. And that's also where the personal recommendations tool comes in, where you say, okay, it's not just on the clicking behavior, but also on the funnel analysis on the site, connected to your email marketing. That would be great. So, oh, by the way, those numbers there were not Ozone numbers in the, in the previous slide. So, just an example. Okay, so this is where I get to the, well, what I call intra-marketing, where we actually, where we will make sure that we are not losing out on the potential we have. So that's where I'm saying that, yes, RFM segmentation in your database marketing is great, but connected with the predictive modeling that you can get from tools like Epiphany. Well, Epiphany is ridiculously expensive. It's $1 million a year, and then you need very smart people in your company to use it. So I've worked in the past at lastminute.com and ebookers.com, and they both had the tool, but not the people that could manage it. Although lastminute.com did. But what I mean with analytical CRM is, for instance, we had a bet with Richard Branson when I worked at lastminute.com, and we said, okay, we want to fill the whole Wembley Stadium with a concert of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And we said, okay, everybody on the lastminute.com site that ever clicked on a rock CD, because we didn't sell just travel, we also sold lifestyle products, let's filter them out and send them a mail that they can, especially arranged by lastminute.com, come to the stadium. And we did win the bet with Richard Branson. He gave us £1, but we did sell 42,000 tickets in 1 day. So that's the analytical CRM. What I mean with CEM, that's customer experience management. So basically stop just analyzing your numbers on the site and in the emails, but make sure that you also know what your couriers are doing, that you make sure that the delivery is good, that you have a track back if somebody called your call center to send a mail, like how was the reply, the way that eBay does it. And that's where it comes. And quant research, I'm not sure about online quantitative research you have in Ukraine, but we use Ipsos in Russia, who every quarter do a very, very big исследование, where they actually check what customers think about the internet as a whole, what they think about e-commerce, what they think about Ozone, what they think about our competitors, and it drills down to focus groups that just buy DVDs, or how they look at furniture sales online. So we have these big reports, and we actually read them and listen to our clients and make sure that we adapt to it. That's also a good way to see if your pricing is right and how people perceive your pricing. Okay, I should go a bit faster now. So basically brand traffic, search engine optimization, and partnerské programy, that's jointly the cheap acquisition tools. We're redeveloping our loyalty strategy at the moment, and we want to make it so, our service so good that people will actually write about it in blogs. So we've gone at great lengths to now have a dostavka period of 24 hours instead of 48. This is for Moscow and St. Petersburg, and customers are really happy with it and write about it. So we're really focusing this year to make sure that the people that stay loyal to Ozone in the next year, that they will remain loyal because we give them extra service. Okay, so that's also, we are Biela firma, so we make sure that people understand that with us they have warranty and everything's good, which is a tough approach in the sense that we have a lot of competition that sells serie towary. I don't know if in Ukraine you have this problem, but if we sell an iPhone at the official price, then you have people who import it from somewhere else, and not everybody's checking them. Yeah, and I think as marketeers we should all be getting a bit back to the funny stuff, like the buzz marketing, the guerrilla marketing. Put some people on Maidan Nezalezhnosti and say something interesting and hand out funny stuff, and you'll get a lot of free PR. I'm not telling anything new here, but maybe we are all a bit too focused on buying the clicks on the search engines. Let's be there offline as well a bit, but not in the expensive way. Okay, and oh yeah, we're now experimenting a lot with making our delivery completely free of charge, especially to our pickup points. And we noticed that people in the internet shopping sector are completely obsessed with free delivery. Like you can give them 20% discount, they're not interested. Give them a free delivery, they buy as much as they can. We did this last month, 4 дня бесплатная доставка по всей России, курьерская доставка, пункты выдачи заказа, etc. And that was really our highest sales in 10 years, and that 4 days in a row. Our servers were shaking and our company was having a very good stress test. So, well, that generated a lot of word of mouth, and that's probably what we need in these times, to not constantly be paying for external traffic acquisition. So this was obviously what happened at Ozon, so we really now know what to expect, because these record sales in September, they gave us obviously a lot of logistic stress, but we did well and people were really happy with the campaign. So we have our own courier company, 200 couriers that deliver across Moscow and St. Petersburg, and we have a set of partners that deliver across the rest of Russia and abroad to Ukraine. And this is our new warehouse that's going to be ready next year. We've invested a lot of money in it, and the prices will luckily not affect this because this money was already committed in the past. So we'll have about 500 people. This is in Pig, and this is obviously a computerized image. This is how it looks now, so we still have some building to do. But it will be great, and we'll be able to sell about 5 million products a year, zakazov, and in each zakaz about 4 products, 20 million products. And it will have Western barcode reading and automated packing. So with this, we'll have the most advanced logistics center of all of Eastern Europe. So this will be a great step ahead for Ozon. So getting back to quality. Obviously, where does quality, where is it felt? It's felt at the moment that you open your package when you bought it at Ozon. It's the moment you look in the eyes of the courier that brings you the package. So we have to deal with about, well, 100,000 contact points with our customers every month. And there's not just one girl that handles those calls, because then she wouldn't look so pretty anymore. But basically we have about 50, 60 people that answer the mails and calls, and we make sure that there's a very strict quality check. Every 5th call is monitored, every email is monitored, we give ratings, people get an attestacja every quarter, and we have at least 5 conversations with every сотрудник every week with their manager, and we really are. If I compare this to when I buy in Holland on a Dutch internet magazine, then the Russian level of quality is much higher. I had to wait sometimes for 3 days to get a response to my mail, and in Russia it's 70% of all our mails and calls are answered immediately, and our emails are answered within 24 hours, 70%, and the really difficult questions within 48 hours. Okay, well, this is a bit about what kind of questions you can expect to get in the call center, and it's probably, you can probably not read it in the back. It's about аннулировать заказ, уточнить сроки поставки товара, etc. And this is how our internal system works to actually make sure that all the business departments talk to the customer, and we have in the middle a CRM module, which is a place where we can track back any contact that we had with our customers. And this is a very difficult area of the business, but it should be the most important one. And it's now, CRM is under marketing, which is good because we have a customer-focused strategy. And but it will take too long now to really drill deep into how this CRM strategy and CRM approach is handled. Okay, so finalizing, will it affect the e-commerce sector? Well, okay, I have to agree, Ozon is a big company, but at the same time, let's not forget that e-commerce itself is a very transparent industry. People that normally would go to a shop and buy, maybe now they will say, okay, I don't mind, I really want to get the cheapest mobile phone, let's look online. Or the cheapest perfume, but I don't know if that's... So basically, we believe that the e-commerce sector will be hurt less, and don't take my word for it. I have a graph about the effects that are predicted by some American consultancy firms that claim that the slowdown in the whole economy will impact e-commerce by 10%, and the rest of the markets about 30 and 40%. So I'm happy to share that slide with people that would like to see that. Okay, so basically I'm recommending to embrace your loyal customer, analyze the customer data you have, and make sure that you cultivate your cheap traffic, and make sure that you don't do any expensive banner campaigns and CPM branding campaigns for now. Let's try to survive this winter and then see what happens next year. And high quality service doesn't always have to be very expensive for a company, especially when you're not really very big anymore, or very big yet, then you can handle that. And maybe play a bit with your delivery prices. That could work better maybe than other things for your business. Okay, and be creative. Let's meet next year and have the whole crisis behind us. Thank you.
Вопросы? Вопросы, если есть желающие. Вдруг. Можно на английском?
Нет, давай я практикую немножко говорить по-русски.
Дмитрий, Киев.
Здравствуйте.
Скажите, пожалуйста, какой процент покупателей у вас в Москве по отношению к общему количеству продаж?
Большинство. То есть, можно сказать, что, ну так, точно, по-моему, где-то 60%. 50%.
И логистических центров у вас по России?
Находится в Питере, в Москве и в Твери.
А на Украине вы планируете?
Не планируем, но такая погода на улице продолжается. Я с удовольствием хочу найти причины почаще приезжать.
Пожалуйста, дальше.
Nice to meet you in Ukraine. Thank you very much. And I have a question. Tell something more detail about your affiliate program. How many affiliates you have? Какой процент продаж на делают аффилиаты?
Okay, that's a very good question because I love affiliate programs, and I was a bit surprised in Russia to notice that there weren't really any big affiliate networks. So the big affiliate network that's out there is the Ozone affiliate network. Окей, по-русски, да? Значит, в принципе, я очень люблю аффилиатский маркетинг. Я в предыдущее время, когда я работал в Европе, я обычно имел где-то 22% от оборота от аффилиатов. И самый, кроме Search Engine Optimization, это был самый дешевый вариант привлечения трафика. Конечно, вы хотите знать, как там с Озоном. Можно сказать, что у нас несколько тысяч аффилиатов, так, и это принесет нам не больше там 10% нашего оборота.
А как насчет коалиционных пошел?
Коалиционно это как марчант или
Bonus affiliate program.
bonus affiliates?
Yeah.
Как segmented, staggered remuneration. Да, у нас есть, вы можете видеть на сайте, у нас там при какого-то оборота, у нас в принципе есть группа маленьких фирм, сайтов и блогов, где до 4000 рублей комиссионные, мы просто дадим эти деньги на польский счет, и люди могут тратить это на товары на Озон. Значит, а выше это уже коммерческие договора, и там уже кэш, это есть кэш на bank account, белая фирма. И,
Спасибо, еще вопрос?
Бастиан, я буду по-русски, не смогу по-английски.
Отлично.
У
Только не
меня такой
по-украински.
вопрос касательно юзабилити.
Да.
У вас как компания крупная, у вас должен быть большой опыт. Как влияло введение каких-то идей в плане юзабилити на поведение клиента? Насколько это увеличивало лояльность клиента?
Ой, интересный вопрос. В принципе, у нас есть программа Omniture, может быть, вы знаете, это очень хороший трекинг tool. Мы просто посмотрели, как люди себя ведут на сайте, и сделали много A/B тестинг. Но одновременно нужно отметить, что не все, что обычно делают, уже сделано. Поэтому я вижу там то, что я называю большой труфель для Озона. Мы сейчас как раз анализируем очень четко разные части сайта. Мы начали с product description и наименования товара, и видели, мы сначала просто анализировали, что сейчас есть как отток, мы это поставим как KPI и сделаем A/B-тестинг, и, наверное, через месяц уже поставим новые варианты. То есть...
Результатов пока нет, да?
Нет, все, что мы придумали, там, что хотели улучшить, мы как раз сейчас именно тестируем, и, там, пару процентов трафик получает, видит или другую корзину, или там другую кнопка оформить заказ, или там легче регистрироваться на сайте и так далее. Поэтому я уверен, что это принесет много, как я уже сказал. В принципе, если бы мы были бы блестящие, у нас нулевой отток, мы могли еще 21 миллионов gross profit добавить. Но это, конечно, идеальный мир. Так, вопрос быстренько. Быстренько.
Можно несколько слов об отличии интернет-коммерции в Европе и в России?
Да, вот как раз, когда мне звонили 3 месяца назад и сказали, вы не хотите работать в Москве, я думал, что буду в Москве, и там никто не знает, что такое Google. Наивный голландец, может быть. Я просто думал, что оказывается, что знание, уровень образования, уровень знаний, опыт и так далее есть очень высокий, но я думаю, что это все основано на чужих ошибках. То есть все прочитали все правильные книжки, и, конечно, интернет уже не вчера появился, но электронная коммерция. Но я вижу разницу между Запад и Восток. Кстати, отличный вопрос. В принципе, этот нетрадициональный творческий подход соединять разные, там, как commercial creativity, просто придумать, как можно не просто быть хорошо в direct marketing, а как-то сделать funnel analysis вместе с email marketing. Вот такие вещи я пока, может, вы уже знаете, но в России вот я кое-что этого мало пока видел, но everything combined, отличный уровень, и я уже не вижу такой большой gap between Запад и Восток. К сожалению, я думал, что я буду там самый
Вы так за 3 месяца выучили или раньше еще?
2,5 месяца.
Спасибо. И последний вопрос.
Бастиан, thanks for the interesting words. And the question is, Ozon accepts payment upon delivery in Russia. And for example, worldwide leaders like Amazon, etc., they do not accept. They have more traditional way, like we pay with credit card or with PayPal, and then we get goods. The question is, do you believe that payment upon delivery is a special Russian way of internet commerce, or it will eliminate itself in 2-3 years when we will have more penetration of credit cards or e-payments, etc.?
Excellent question. We see that if we would just be accepting credit cards, we would be, well, not out of business, but we would not grow as fast as we can. Plus, it's our own courier company, so the product itself is only delivered when we get the cash. So from a risk perspective, it's okay. The only risk we do have is obviously the возвраты cancellations. I have to say that for an e-commerce company, that percentage is relatively significant, but still it's calculated in our approach. So in a few years, let's see, and let's hope that there's versions like Yandex Money and everything to be paying for everything, because it would make things easier. But at the moment, yes, it's a very Russian thing, especially also the logistics is a very big barrier to entry for companies like Amazon.
Спасибо. Поблагодарим Бастиана.